The first flip you're gonna wanna learn how to do is gonna be an off-axis skill. That's gonna be the side flip, or the Lincoln loop, it can be called sometimes, but generally the side flip is what we wanna see. I go right over the side. You can see on this angle that my feet should come straight over the top of my back. So, the prerequisite to this one is having a backdrop. So I wanna see that you can do a backdrop where your skis don't touch the ground. Showing that you have the strength and the control to keep them above, because when you start doing these progressions, if they do touch the ground, you're gonna get bounced around a little bit. And it's gonna be really tough, things are gonna change. We really just wanna get those feet up, all right? So practice that. Afterwards, the true progression to this skill is actually just going off your back. The key is to try to get your back flat to the ground, especially when you first start, because we pretend there's a pole that goes straight through here. We're just gonna rotate around it, okay? So in order to do that, we just wanna keep the back flat to the ground and try to swipe our feet out to the side, okay? Generally, because you have some rotation on takeoff to get to your back, it comes up pretty easily. Okay? I would highly suggest trying to do both ways right away. So once you get into it, go back the other way, just as we did when we were doing spins. Try to keep working on both sides all the time, okay? Once you can do that, using a mat or maybe even taking off your skis to do your first ones if you never have would be a good idea. But generally, getting over onto your feet isn't too tough. Like I said, put a mat, get some help if you need it, but this is what it'll look like. We're gonna go right up and over my back. You'll notice that when I'm upside down, I'm not over top of my head. That's why we're doing these ones first. If you do come up short, not enough rotation, you don't land on your head, you land on your back. Okay? So it's a lot safer that way, a lot easier to commit to as well. Typically in a loop, you put your hands underneath your legs. It helps you get tight to accelerate in the flip. Once you can do that and it's easy, it's time to start doing some grabs. So trying to incorporate those positions we did earlier, like the mute grab and the Japan grab. Typically, a safety grab goes really well in a loop. So a safety grab keeps you in a very similar position as you were with your hands underneath. After that, we can do a mute grab, which also is in a ball. A little bit different of position, so it might affect the axis a bit, but similar enough. And I think one of my favorites is the truck driver, because it really keeps you in the same position we learned in the progression. You can see how my feet come down at the end really nicely from the side with that one.